How's it going, guys? Yeah, it's really early, so I look like garbage. But hey, we got some Madden 22 news. So basically, you're just gonna see like the things that stand out to me, or things that maybe infuriate me because it's Madden, and there are some things that are kind of annoying about this. So let's hop into the trailer. Okay, so first of all, let's go back. Let's take a look at the fans. So gameplay, we're not gonna talk about. So the fans, not really great. Okay, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because it's a super early gameplay. I will say the rain simulation looks pretty damn good. Like if you look at how the lighting reflects on their jackets and stuff. I will also say that we're not seeing the same fan every single time, but if you look in the back, the faces do start to get a little more generic. But I think it's nice that it's not the same for people. I like how there's face paint and it's different varieties of face paint, obviously different accessories. So I do think that's kind of cool. Also, the signs are really, really nice. So I'll give Madden that. Usually they don't do this for whatever reason. I'm not gonna give them too much credit because other games have been doing this, but this is something that's new. I appreciate that. We're gonna watch that Bradley Chubb move again right here. This kind of that block shit animation. Not happy about that. That looks exactly like Madden 21. Not gonna lie, even this kind of rollout looks very similar. It looks like they still might be using frostbite, so that sucks. I do like that, like the addition of the jets and everything. That's pretty realistic. Oh, this is one of the biggest things I wanted to talk about. It's gonna sound so stupid, but this is one of the biggest things that stood out to me. This right here, the hair simulation for longer haired players, and especially the fact that he's not actually playing right now, looks okay. I'm not gonna say it's on like par with 2K, but it looks okay. But then you look at like this and then this, and it makes me not excited for creation, because that means that the creation for like our players for our career modes is probably gonna suck ass still. But looking at this hair sim, it looks a lot better, because usually with Madden, hair is like a single block and it doesn't move individually. That's one of the things I kind of commend 2K for, is like their beard hairs and the hairs on top of your head, they all are like individual simulations. I think that's really cool. But here it looks a lot better than it has in the past, and I mean, the fact that you can kind of see it move just slightly there, I like that a lot. Also, the graphics look somewhat good, I'll say that. I don't like this right here. I don't like that, the little toe drag, if we go back and watch that again. That was nice, but then that. I don't like that because it just doesn't look realistic. It looks like very similar to right now, how if you drag your toe and then you just fall, it looks like he's kind of getting magnetized to the field. Don't really like that. That's just nitpicking though. I mean, so far none of these graphics are brand new, honestly. I don't like that at all. The release on the quarterback looks the exact same as it has the last 3 years. That's another thing I don't like. Let's go back, is this coach throwing the clipboard animation. They're saying emotion happens. We've seen this, EA. That animation has been in Madden for I think 2 years now. Give us different animations. You shouldn't be highlighting something that we've seen before. This should be a highlight of all the new things. And this right here, they're kind of highlighting like coaching talks. That animation right there, we're going to get into the screen in a second. That animation looks exactly like the beginning of the game when they're like introducing who your quarterback is. So I'm not thinking that that's going to be like in the middle of the game, you're talking to your coach. I doubt it. That looks exactly like at the beginning, that like once you're taking the field for offense for the first time and introduce your quarterback, that's exactly what that looks like. This is where the deep dive comes in. I got to pause real fast. Okay, so here we go. It looks like they're highlighting franchise pretty damn heavy right now. All right, let's look at the bottom screen first. So this one, we can see it says practice intensity full pads. That's pretty cool. It's probably gonna monitor, how hard you guys are going in practice, which might limit injuries. I think it's pretty interesting, especially that they're kind of leading into player health. So there is that. You can see there's set offensive game plan. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like it probably won't have an impact. Maybe if you're just doing simulation, like if you're playing franchise and you're just simulating the entire season, maybe that has an impact, but most players play the games, so I doubt that's going to have too much of an impact. Staff management. Okay, this is where the big shit comes in, and this is where I'm going to give EA a slight praise. Not a lot, a slight praise. You can see we have the normal head coach, but we finally have offensive and defensive coordinators. You can see offensive coordinator Sam Norris, defensive coordinator Bill Lando, and then I literally got to pull up my computer to see what this says. We also have talent focus, trades, contracts, and scouting. It looks like you have another talent tree. So that's actually really nice. Looking at head coach for Matt Nagy, I really have to squint. It's so small. That's what she said. So it looks like different staff have different like abilities because you can see talent focus. You have player growth, talents 11, staff management's talents 0, and second string talents 5 for Matt Nagy. For offensive coordinator, you have talent focus on the block, talents 11, practice makes perfect, talents 6. And then you also have staff goals. I like the staff goals. I think that's pretty cool. It also looks like you have staff points that you can earn when you complete goals. You can see it says staff goal. For Matt Nagy, it says score in the first half. And then in the top right corner, you can kind of see it says 13 staff points, upgrades available. So that looks like you're going to be able to upgrade your staff. That's pretty cool. I hope it's not similar to upgrading players right now where you just put in a staff point to a certain, like archetype, and then it makes the coaches OP super fast. I hope that it's kind of an ease into. Above that, we have, it looks like Bruce Arians just at a podium. I'm not going to praise that too much because that's an animation, and it's probably going to be just like the Face of the Franchise animations we've seen where they ask you a question and you don't actually hear anything, so I don't care about that. Talent trees, this is where we kind of see in the staff management, it says view talent tree. It looks like here for head coach, you can actually buy abilities with staff points, so that's actually pretty damn cool. Shout out to EA for that. So like the one that they have highlighted here, Secret Remedy, increase XP gains for free safety and strong safety by 10%. And then if you upgrade that tier, you can upgrade it by 20%. So that's actually pretty cool that you're highlighting a certain position. It's probably like if your head coach is a defensive-minded coach, he'll probably have defensive bonuses. And then if he's an offensive-minded coach, he probably has offensive bonuses. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm going to give EA some props for that. That's something that we haven't seen in Madden, I don't think, ever. So I really do like that a lot. I think that might actually kind of be a big deciding factor on why you hire a certain coach. Maybe you want to have a defensive scheme and you want to boost your defense, or you already have a good defense, you want to boost your offense. I like that a lot. The screen to the left, we've seen a million times, just the scheme and how it fits. I don't like how it's literally the exact same screen. That sucks. And then underneath it, we have the defensive, or just a different screen for the game planning. Like I said, I could really care less about that. Okay, and then it transitions over to a couple more screens. This is kind of cool. I like the defensive game plan focus for like where it shows Lamar Jackson. Well, we already know that Lamar's a 94 overall, so that gives away one of the overalls. And it says contain quarterback scramble. I think that's pretty cool. Again, don't know how much that's going to impact gameplay. That's all going to depend on like if they've changed the Frostbite engine, which I'll talk about in a second. But I think it's kind of an interesting addition that you can do stuff like that. They also have defend the deep pass, defend medium pass, defend short pass, defend outside run, defend inside run. That's pretty cool. Like if you're playing against like the Titans, you're probably going to want to defend the inside run. If you're playing against, for instance, the Ravens, you're going to want to defend or contain quarterback scramble. If you're playing against like Mahomes, you're going to want to contain the deep pass, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And if we look 2 screens below, you can see it looks like connected franchise. You can see players that are playing for different teams. So in this case, it looks like they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players in this. So that's pretty cool. I don't really play connected franchise though, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. You can see another defensive game plan focus screen, this one for Ronald Jones. I'm wondering if you can do it like based on position. That way you can game plan for the quarterback as well as running back, or if it's just for team, because I feel like if you're game planning for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you're probably going to game plan for either the wide receivers or the quarterback, not Ronald Jones. Again, we also do get to see that Ronald Jones is 79 overall, so we find out another overall player right there. Above that, it looks like you have a game plan for prepping for a team, for a week. This one against the Browns, it says Browns week. You're still playing as the Bears, it looks like. This time you have 37 staff points, so you're in week 8. And it looks like, okay, the Browns are an 80 overall. I don't know if that's accurate because they should probably be one of the higher overalls, but that's wild. Again, we're finding out another player overall. Looks like Myles Garrett's going to be a 98 overall. And I actually really like this. Look at this. You have goals in a week. This is something that I was talking about in my Madden 22 concept video, is having goals. And this looks really nice because look at this. You have head coach goals for the week, offensive, as well as, we're just going to say goals for this week. You have head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, season goals, like that, scenario goals, I like that, and game plan goals. I really like that a lot, and I really like the fact that they added in these staff points. I think it looks like if you complete these goals, you earn certain staff points, which helps you upgrade your staff. I hope you can also apply them to other things, but that coaching tree that we talked about earlier, I think that's going to be one of the biggest additions into franchise, it looks like. And then as you can also see, weekly strategy, trade players, I'm going to guess manage team, manage staff, something season game, and advanced week. That's pretty cool. You can also see news, league, and options. I think it's pretty standard for franchise. That's like the same taskbar we've seen for a while now. I'm also just like looking at. I do like the color scheme with like the neon green. I actually really like that a lot. Definitely makes my fucking concepts look like shit. I do like the addition of like the noise. I wonder if that's going to be something. Let's pause real quick. I wonder if that's something that they're going to kind of highlight. Like maybe a home field advantage actually works. Like genuinely, like if you're playing MUT or if you're playing connected franchise or even just regular franchise, like the career mode. Maybe if you're the away team, you can't hear anything. That would be actually really, really cool. And it maybe like you don't know what, if you, let's say you have a game plan instilled, you can see that you can pick certain game plans. Maybe you have no idea what play to pick along with that game plan because you can't hear your coach. I think it's kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of like NBA 2K where you can like shake the stadium when you're doing free throws or stuff like that. That's kind of a cool addition. I'm just curious how much they're going to implement it. Looking at this scene real quick, I just want to keep going. It looks not very fluid, honestly. The route running looks exactly the same. The exact same block shed animation. Exact same run, throw on the run animation. Same throw animation there too. And the catch animation, I didn't like that at all. If we go back real quick, the cornerback defend right there, we've seen that a million times. So it looks like they haven't changed many animations. Now, this is another thing I want to look at real quick. They showed us the fans at the beginning, right? Now, if you look at the fans during an actual gameplay where they're not being highlighted, it looks like regular Madden. I mean, if we look here, you can see these two guys have the exact same simulation going on. These three guys have the exact same simulation going on. This is also supposed to be like an end of the game moment, so you think all of the Buccaneers fans be on their feet, but they're all sitting down. Other things, this is going to be kind of nitpicky, but like the seat colors for the stadium don't match the Panthers' color scheme, so that looks really lazily done. I do like the reflection and the graphic in like the stadium elements. Like this looks like concrete. That looks like it's been embossed in. The windows look pretty good. The reflections look pretty good. But again, you look at the fans and it doesn't look as good. Is that? I thought that was a Jacksonville jersey. So that's a little worrisome. It also looks like the sideline is going to be exactly the same as it's been, which is pretty just, nonchalant. Doesn't really matter. Again, I'm not too excited about any of that. And then, Mahomes and Brady are the cover athletes. I want to talk about that real quick. I don't really like the fact that Mahomes and Brady are the cover athletes. I saw a comment on this trailer that was like, it was like, for a game that's known to recycle its game, recycling two cover athletes is probably not the best idea. I completely agree with that, especially because they're both like cover athletes in recent history. Mahomes was literally Madden 20, and then Brady was Madden, I think, 18. So it's like, why haven't you gotten new players? You had really good options this year. You had Josh Allen, who had a breakout season. You had Aaron Rodgers, who was the MVP. You had Justin Herbert, who was the rookie of the year and looks like the future of the league. You had Derrick Henry, who came pretty damn close to breaking the all-time season rushing yards in a season record. Like, you had Stephon Diggs who had a breakout season. You had, there were so many options you could have gone with. You had Chase Young with a great defensive year. There were so many options, and you just decided to use two players. I don't see why. At first, I thought maybe, the color scheme was going to be, red because the Chiefs and the Bucs are both red. But, we can see that it's more like neon green and gray than anything else. So, for me, I don't understand the thought process there. I think it would have been kind of cool just to, change it up a little bit. Lamar won MVP and then he was on the cover. Maybe Aaron Rodgers. I don't care if you don't know what team he's going to play for. You can always change it. Or maybe it's kind of cool if he does get traded, which he probably won't, but if he gets traded, you get to have the cover of him in a Packers uni. We've seen other teams or other companies do this. Like when Kyrie got traded, they changed it. They changed the cover. You don't have, the game doesn't come out for 2 months. Right before the season starts. We'll probably know what Aaron Rodgers looks like by then. You have time. So I don't really like Mahomes and Brady being the cover athletes. I just think it's lazily done. Overall, from the trailer, the gameplay looks exactly like Madden 21. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like they're still gonna use Frostbite engine, which sucks ass. I hope that they don't. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I kind of happy this got released, but it doesn't show me anything too great besides franchise, which I'm kind of glad that they are taking steps for, because that's obviously one of the most criticized things about Madden. So thanks for watching this real quick, and hope you guys have a good day. Check out the Train Camp podcast that goes up in about 3 hours. So make sure you guys check that out.